Hello, folks. We'll be getting started in just a moment. Just putting the finishes touches. That's not right. The finishing touches on here. Jeez. And then the bot's lying. I'm pretty sure that got reset. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's a mess as always, but goodness gracious, I hope that everybody's doing well. I know I am. I messed up the intro. You see, this is the problem. I'm not the one that does the intro. I'm not the one that knows it. How's it supposed to go? Um, Hope you're doing well wherever or whenever you are. That's such an interesting little turn of phrase. I don't know if I can say that about something that, I say, but it's like, whenever you are. This is not necessarily. I mean, it's designed to be live content, but let's be real. The VOD watchers exist. They're out there. I know they are. Hello, VOD watchers. Hope you're doing well. And also, the VOD watchers generally sleep to these. So, hello, VOD watchers. I hope you sleep well. Good night. Yay, rat in my ears. Hello, Peach. It's good to see you. I know work is keeping you trapped, but I hope I'm gonna be able to entertain you a little bit. Oh, and goodness gracious, before I forget, before I get too distracted, there's also a rat on your screen. Hello. Oh gosh, here, let me get a little closer here. Let me invade your personal space. Yay, rat on my screen. Good. Ah, jeez. I am genuinely having a pretty good morning though. It's been lovely. Like, what can I say? I had a little bit of a weird night. It was a little bit tumultuous. I woke up at like 6 a.m. I went to bed at like 3 a.m. But listen, I'm a second shifter. I can do that. I had a really big nap yesterday because I took a. Oh, geez, I gotta I gotta update people. I gotta get people up to speed. Geez, I'm starting like in media res here. It's like, yeah, I took a double dose of antibiotics. Why am I taking antibiotics? I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. Yeah, Wednesday. Um, Doctor's appointment yesterday. Because I had been sick as a dog. Oh my goodness gracious. I'd been down for the count pretty hard last week, and it had been getting better. It had been about a week since like the fever had broken. We were on the mend. We were getting better. I went to work on Tuesday and then felt promptly way worse afterwards. But it wasn't like quite getting out of my system. So things had been going on long enough that I had called Monday to get an appointment with the doctor. So I go in, the doctor looks me over, and is like, "Well, we think this is we think this is an atypical infection." And I'm like, "An atypical infection? Yeah. There's been stuff going around. Don't worry about it. We're gonna throw an antibiotic at it." And so I called out yesterday. I was told fluids, rest, antibiotic. And I was like, hey, I could do those three things. These three things, I could do them. That's easy. I know how to drink fluids. I can do it right now. I can prove it to you. Mm. Those are some good fluids. You see, I can do that. I already took the antibiotic. I'm not going to demonstrate that like live because it's a daily dose. I'm not going to double up again. Take your antibiotics as directed. Doctor knows best. So I'm on that. It's largely preventative at this point. I'm feeling pretty much fine. Things are pretty much back to normal, but we're gonna do the full slate of the antibiotics because you don't stop that stuff early. Um, that's how you get like super bacteria or whatever, and I don't know. Um, but yeah, I called out yesterday from work. They were they were very supportive. They were very, very good about it, which I was pleasantly surprised by. And I marched on over to the pharmacy. I picked up my meds. I came on back. I took a double dose of antibiotics, 500 milligrams of the stuff, and it probably knocked me on my ass. I was like exhausted beyond words. Like I thought, oh my gosh, hello, hi, OG, pretty rat made of meat. I'm made of meat. It's true. Holy shit. Hello, Hive. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. It's very good to see you. I I still feel it on my hand. I didn't even bite that hard. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I felt the need to test, you know? It's like I don't know. You mentioned it. I should find out for sure, for sure. Bites. I also do like biting. It's true. I'm an incorrigible biter. What can I say? What can I say? Um, so anyhow, I take this double dose of antibiotic when I go home, right? And I think that I was going to make some tea. I don't actually know. It's possible that I was just very tired and blanked really hard. I have a sneaking suspicion that one of the headmates was trying to make tea, and then like I was like, no, I'm gonna go take a nap. So I went to my room. I laid down. I was getting ready to take a nap. I laid there for a while. Then suddenly my fire alarm goes off, and I come out to find a pot with no water in it anymore. It's clearly like all boiled off, and the pot is just sitting there on a burner that's cranked up to full. There's no visible smoke or anything, but it's like clearly this thing is like burning up. I think there was like some debris or something on it that like was burning and set off the alarms. So I fixed that. Then I made some tea, and then I fell asleep without drinking the tea and like knocked out for like 4 or 5 hours. It was a great time. Hi hi hi. Spend the night with my girlfriend. Now I get shot with lasers. They're shooting you with lasers? That's fucking sick. That's how I want to go out. That's not strictly speaking true. There are better ways to go out than being shot with lasers, but being shot with lasers, I mean, I could take it, or I could leave it, but I could certainly do worse. Being so good, I have many new bite marks on me. Oh hell yeah! I yeah. I'm going laser tag. Oh, laser tag. It's been so long since I've been to laser tag. Um. I didn't get to go very many times, but I always did enjoy it. Um I think I went for like my 18th birthday. Yeah. 18th birthday. I can't speak. It's like my tongue's not working. 18th birthday. Yeah, that's how words work. Good job, man. You did it. You fucking idiot. That was a joke. I think hive means hair removal. Aww. That's a little less fun than laser tag, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought you were in the know, Peach. I thought that you were aware, you know? You were on that inside circuit. Yeah, the inside circuit's a good saying. I'm sticking with that one. I'm sticking to my goddamn guns on that. I've never been aware of anything in my life. No, true, true, true. Like, clearly I haven't. I just pretend to be aware of the things going on around me. Um, no, I liked laser tag. Laser tag was fun. Honestly, I would play laser tag again. Except it's kind of expensive to go to laser tag. Like they charge a fair bit per visit. Maybe they do like season passes or something that makes it more affordable. But no, laser tag was like a special treat. And I really liked it, and my half brother really liked it too. So we'd go and we'd like tear it up at laser tag and have a good time. He actually, I found out here recently, has gone, I mean, a little bit pro with not laser tag. I think it's airsoft. One of those like competitive like mock combat sports that's like laser tag but involves physical projectiles. Apparently, like if his league went well, he's going to like Sweden like later this year for a tournament. I was like, wow, jeez, that's pretty cool. You know, my little brother's really good at shooting people. That's great. I'm so happy for him. I don't know, genuinely though. I think it's like really really cool. But yeah, speaking of like not being aware of anything ever, I just wasn't aware that I'd been making tea, set off my fire alarms, I get up, I get all that sorted, and I go back to bed and sleep for like 4 or 5 hours. Wake up and I'm still like tired as hell, but I hang out for a bit. And then I went to sleep again last night around 3. I'd stayed up a little later than intended. I got really involved. I've been working on this like Terraria hardcore world, which maybe I'll show off here a little bit. I don't think we're gonna play it on stream. It's a me thing. The Terraria world's a me thing. It's for my own enjoyment ultimately. Maybe I'll show it off. I think it's kind of cool. I've been making some progress. I got silver armor last night. I feel very proud of myself. I've been doing well. I've been working hard at it. This is like run. I mean, if we count the calamity stuff, vanilla. This is run 1. I had tried it like four times with calamity, and that had ended relatively poorly. But those were like good learning runs because a lot of like the tech that I learned, and I'm gonna call it tech. I'm gonna call it tech. Because it is. It is tech. I learned some good tricks for like staying alive, some good principles, some construction stuff, some just ways of living, in Terraria, not dying, which is generally what I'm trying to do on a hardcore character, because it's like permadeath, right? Um, and I learned some stuff on like the 4 calamity runs that we did before I went over to vanilla. Maybe we'll show that off a little bit later for a few minutes before we go on to an actual game. Um, but I'd stayed up a little bit late doing that, and then I go to bed around 3. I stay asleep for about 3 hours, and then I wake up, like the old woman that I am, and I have to go to the restroom. And, you don't need to know the details of that. It was fine. But then I fell asleep for like. It could not have been like more than like 2 hours? Like 2 hours, maybe. Like, not a very long period of time. Vanilla Terraria is way less fun than Kinky Terraria. I don't know where I expected that to go, Hive. But you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. Oh gosh. Geez, now I'm just thinking about Kinky Terraria. I remember we had Mads review the Terraria sex mod for us once in VC. It did not meet our standards, unfortunately. So I will not be playing with the Terraria sex mod. I'm very sorry. I am told the Starbound one is very good though. If only I liked Starbound more. Maybe Starbound just wasn't my game, but like, I remember feeling very snubbed by Starbound, actually. That was a game that I really was like interested in, like when I was a younger little tiny rat. I remember kind of hopping on to look at the devlogs and reading the forums and stuff, or people talking about the development. Like I kind of like Starbound. I was interested in the development. Space Terraria seemed very up my alley, and then it just ended up being a very different game than what I had desired or expected, I think. Maybe it's good. I think I was in too deep to really appreciate whatever came out of it if it wasn't like exactly what I wanted or something close. And yet I've tried it, since I've been older, right? I've gone back, I've tried Starbound, with the bias, a little bit more removed, and I've still been like, I don't know if I'm a big fan of this. This feels like this feels like, they procedurally generate the content of Terraria, not just the map, and I don't think I like it very much. We should try it again sometime. It's a good, fun game. Is it? I did like the guns. The guns were fun sometimes. Maybe you could convince me. It's been a good few years. Maybe I shouldn't knock it till I try it for the 5th time. Listen, kid, don't knock it till you try it for like the 5th time. That's when it really gets you. Oh my gosh. Some dumb stuff comes out of my mouth. Oh my gosh, speaking of dumb stuff though, I finally got to the point of me like running you all through like, the past 24 hours of my life. I just woke up like maybe a little more than an hour ago because, I had to get ready and stuff. I ate breakfast. I made some tea. It's still a little bit hot, but we'll try it. You see, I'm a pro fluid drinker. Just like the doctor ordered. I mean, if it's not for you, it's not for you. It has a bit of a slow start, but when you're able to travel play it's easily, it's real good. There's lots of things to see and do. Maybe. Yeah, I could see it. I remember seeing some cool structures that got generated, so maybe. Can dumb stuff come into your mouth because of dumb stuff? Well, of course. Jeez, Hive. No need to insult yourself, but absolutely. I don't even know how to make that into a joke. I'm being whorish. And that's okay. It's an early morning. I can wake up and be a menace to society, you know. But like I'm thinking of all these segues. It's like being a menace to society. That brings me back to the point. But it's like it brings me back to the point like 2 chapters into the point. Like put a pin in that. We're gonna get to it. So usually, when you sleep, it takes a few hours, right, to get to like deep sleep where you like dream and such. I have a suspicion that perhaps I did not wake up completely at 6 a.m. Because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that I was deeply dreaming with only like 2-ish, like between 2 and 3 hours, like being asleep. But we take it, because I had a really good dream last night. I it's a dream best told in a few chapters, right? We open up and we are seeing the world from the perspective of a young man, right? Who is collaborating with I don't remember the form that they take at first. I remember the subsequent ones. I don't remember the first form. But there is this kind of entity that is approximately human. It's relatable in terms of human intelligence. It has emotional intelligence, but it's not human. And it is taking different forms whenever it dies, and keeping its memories and such and continuing its existence in this quest to obtain arcane knowledge, right? So I come into the dream and I'm looking through the eyes of a young man who encounters this being on one of its cycles, and chooses to help it, to collaborate with it in the gathering of arcane knowledge, right? Okay, a little thrilling. We open up a little bit strong. And we kind of are time skipping around a bit, and we see them essentially gather the magical knowledge of our world, right? Of a world that is approximate to our own in like the mid to late, I want to say like, yeah, like mid to late like 19th century, right? Why do I know that? Because that part of the dream comes to an end. They have built a great castle in Europe, right? That acts as kind of the library that houses both their accumulated store of knowledge and their magical research, as this entity is engaged in some kind of quest to do something with this knowledge. There are particular things that are of interest to it. I think it's taken the form at this point of like a cat or something. It's been through a couple deaths, and then, they have to go out and find it and bring it back to the castle and be like, okay, all right, let's keep the work going. And they're coming to a head in their research. They're reaching completion. And World War I breaks out. World War I breaks out, and the bombs are starting to fall awful close to the castle. So, we come into like the final time skip of like our prologue chapter of a dream that, keep in mind, happened over the course of like 2 real-life hours of sleeping. Like, ridiculously short span of time for as much detail as this went into. And we see, this young man and, this talking cat, basically. This young man has become an old man at this point and is standing out, watching, the flares, over the trenches and such in the distance, and, knows that, the end of the library is coming, right? It is well known that the front that this castle is on is collapsing, and violence will come to their doorstep very soon. Um, and at this point, they complete this leg of their research and essentially, and I'm very sorry, it always goes this way. It's my bad. My brain is fucking rotted to the core. They isekai into another world to continue the research. Right? That's kind of, that ends up being the goal of the entity, is it's not just gathering one world's, magical knowledge and resources. It's gathering multiple worlds in sequence. And because, our old man has been so helpful, chooses to bring him along to the next world and reincarnate him as well. So this guy's already like an earth wizard, you know? In like the way that means he doesn't like cast fireball or anything. It's more like, he has a very good knowledge of dowsing rods and like ways to like read the stars and stuff. There's a rat in my phone. There's a rat in your phone. Hello. Hi, Pixel. Rat isekai brain rot. It's so bad. Listen, it's so bad. I don't know why. I know why, because it's cool. It's handled poorly very often. There's a lot of bad isekai out there. I'm like hitting my desk. I'm sorry. I need to calm down. But like, as a concept, reincarnating into another world, I think, is very cool, having to like learn to play by another world's rules is interesting. It's just so sad that so regularly it's used as this form of very basic escapism, where it's like, oh yeah, I get reincarnated and I get some kind of gimmicky superpower, so that I don't have to do real work, which I understand. I know fully well how that feels, but it's like, there's so much more that could be done with it. Like fucking wizard isekai. This guy was like, a wizard in like, our world, if our world's magic was like a little bit more real and substantive, like not necessarily like Necronomicon shit, not that bad, but like I can predict future wars and realign cosmic flows to win at gambling games and stuff. Like this guy was like a wizard. He was pretty cool. So he gets isekai'd along with the what I'm gonna call the entity. Um, and we kind of see the very early stages of them being brought into this other world. Again, we're still kind of in prologue mode, where now in this other world you have him. He's a young man again, strapping young lad, stepping back out into the world, and the entity reincarnates into a another form. I'm sorry, I'm just reading what you said. Haha, guys, what if I reincarnated into a world where it's okay to date 13-year-olds? Fuck writers like that. Yeah, like, God, fuck that. Want to see an isekai for the Cars cinematic universe? Lightning McQueen, like, gets reincarnated as, like, a stagecoach? I'd watch it. I'd watch it. um so they become essentially traveling companions. The entity is now in a human form, and they're traveling around a new world entirely, that's new to both of them, gathering that world's magic knowledge. Except this is a world of not necessarily might and magic. That's maybe an extreme way to put it. This is like a world where, like, the local villagers heard of a wizard before. He doesn't really know what they do, and it could be bad, but it could be good. Old man down the road, once he had a wart cured by a wizard, or did he get him from the wizard? I don't quite remember. That's kind of the status of magic in that world, where it's like, a court might have a court wizard who may or may not be a phony. And then sometimes the wizard can actually cast fireball, and you never really know until you fuck around and find out. Um, so it's not like super overstated, but magic exists and is a bit more prevalent. So they're having a field day out there, going and learning the magic of this new world and trying to gather up knowledge, but they have no basis to start. They went from like wealthy lords of like a European castle to dirt poor, just traveling around taking odd jobs, trying to scrape together, magic tomes and scraps of knowledge. We follow their journey to the point where they're in a tavern harassing this farmer, right? There's a farmer and his son who are sat at this, tavern, and they have a rat problem. You have a rat problem too. There's rats in your phone right here. I don't know why poked myself in the face so violently. That was extreme. I should calm down. Like someone from real life turns into a car and kisses Lightning McQueen Motors smooshing. The first part of that pixel was sufficient. But I understand now what it is you truly desire. Rats in my electronics. I'm chewing on your wires. So the farmer has a rat problem. There's rats. There's rats that have gotten into his like grandfather's old books. And there's like rumors that these books are valuable, but nobody in the family can read them. And there's a suspicion. Sorry, I'm whistling with my teeth. There's a suspicion on the part of our two travelers, our two vagabonds, that these are magic tomes, and there may be items of interest in them. They've been trying to track down the location of a few rare ones, so they're really raring to go. But they're kind of greedy bastards, because they've been living rough on the road for a while. And so they're kind of haggling with this guy and like, oh gosh, those are some valuable books and sentimental value. They belong to your late grandfather. Well, you can pay like easily like double price for, a rat extermination service, which we happen to be top tier experts in, So you're getting a deal, buddy, right? They're here at the bar scamming this guy as they're passing through town, trying to not only get a bunch of money but also get access to these tomes. And then we switch perspective finally. We're out of prologue mode. We switch over to, a gay young little traveling wizard, yours truly, who, sidles up to the farmer on the other side, as he's about to hand the like wad of money over to these con artists, basically, and just, plucks it out and like out of his hand, flips through it and hands like a chunk of it back. Is like negotiating down the price. It's like, yeah, I'll do it cheaper. Yeah, this sounds interesting. These guys are over here asking pointed questions about these books and like clearly like taking this guy for a loop. I'm gonna negotiate the price down, look cool for it, and get in on whatever this book deal is. Great interaction. 10 out of 10. I get the job exterminating the rats. Does this feel like a betrayal in some cosmic sense? Maybe. Maybe, possibly. But at this point, you earn a little bit of clout in, the fantasy tavern. I, kind of talked to, these two traveling vagabonds, and I, in character, don't know who they are or what they're doing. Right? All I know is like, oh, these guys are shifty. She kills her own kind. Listen, I'm the big rat that makes all the rules, and sometimes that means you gotta make tough calls out here. So like I'm a traveler here as well. I'm just passing through, but I have a very different philosophy on like actually being good to the people in the towns that I pass through. Just a decent human being and not trying to scam them. So this, earns me some brownie points. The innkeeper's being nice to me, and I order a drink. It was so good. Oh my god! If I had like access to alcohol like this in like real life, I'd have a problem. Like I had a shot of this pink, like fruity, strong alcoholic beverage, and it only took like one, and I was like tipsy as hell. So there I am, being gay in the bar, trying to like pry information out of these two losers, um, until eventually I'm just like, oh well, if you're not gonna tell me anything, I'm gonna go do this job, and when I bring back this rat that you're very interested in, then you'll have to tell me a little bit more, because what I figure out is that there's a particular rat that they're interested in, which may be like a wizard's familiar or something. I didn't quite get the details, because they were being cagey about it. Fucked off the Pink Whitney shot. It was like Pink Whitney if it was like berry flavored, like very, very fruity. It was good. It was good. Let me be real with you. Like I like Pink Whitney. I liked this way more. Um, I need this in my life. It's a shame. I don't know why my dream came up with like such good tasting alcohol for me, but whatever. So after that, it's really just a night in the tavern, hanging out, buy the folks a round of drinks with the job money I just got, buying more good favor and chatting to people and stuff. It was just a good time. I woke up around the time that I was going to, the job site to like get the rat, and I didn't actually get to like execute that process. I kind of walked in, it was musty, there were a lot of books, there were clearly like regular rats like in the walls somewhere, but there was also like clearly a rat in there that it was like specifically like probably reading the books. And that's about where I left off. Then I woke up. I woke up, I ate some breakfast, and I sat down here. And now I'm rambling at you all. and that's how it works. Work's getting busy. Oh no. But you have to watch the V stream. You have to watch the V stream. You're just gonna have to tell work to put you back on emails. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. And I'm pretty sure that's in your contract, right? You know, is that when I don't know why I was about to like play myself up there. I was about to be like, when pretty girls stream, you are legally obligated to like watch stream at work. Um, they have to put you on emails. But why would I describe myself like that? Is that ego or is that confidence? It didn't really feel like a boast. Do I appreciate my own appearance? Big yourself up? You deserve it? I guess I do. You know what? Maybe I do deserve it. You know what? I'm gonna take the self confidence. I'm gonna take the W here. That doesn't sound half bad. That's good tea. But yeah, no, fun little dream. I don't know why, like, I got drunk in that dream too. Like, apparently my brain is just capable of simulating accurately what it is like to be inebriated, just in my dreams now. I don't know what that says about me, but it works. V takes the W. That sounds like, it sounds like an old porno name. You go to the video store and like in the adult section, it's like V takes the W. You know. My brain's rotted to the fucking core. I'm so done. Oh my god. Why would I even think about it like that? I would watch that video. I'm sure you would. I'd watch it too, to be fair. That's probably a good one, you know? The Thank you. The W is for wiener. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we figured it out. We figured out where the perversion was in the title. Wait, I get it. Oh. Oh, you're right. Hey yo, love the hair by the way. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Oh gosh, I am. You've come in at a difficult time. We just ended a ramble. Yes, no, I understand, Pixel. You don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to say it out loud. We all know exactly what it is. Doing well, thank you. And yourself? I'm doing lovely. Thank you very much. Oh, we're rocking, we're rocking. It's an early morning, and we're rambling. And honestly, what in life is there anything better than a good ramble? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything better than a good ramble. In fact, you're right, Hive. It's okay. There'll be another ramble. There is another ramble. You see, what the problem is I got up this morning, right? After this lovely, lovely dream, and I was like, I'm gonna go stream. I'm gonna tell the people about it. And then I sat at my kitchen table, waiting for breakfast to be ready and eating and such, mentally rambling to myself. Like, this is gonna sound insane, but this is the problem, right? Is like, I'm like pre-stream rambling to myself in my head, right? And there were some good rambles, right? Like, I told the dream like way better the first time. I'm gonna be honest with you, way better the first time. But there was nobody there for it. And if a ramble falls in a forest and nobody's there to hear it, was there ever a ramble? Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate it. The Yeah, and it's like I had that, and I had like a couple other rambles too. I went through like three perfectly good rambles at that kitchen table. One of them was this one, that it's like I keep rambling like before there's anybody to hear the ramble. And it's like, what am I doing? Like if a tree falls over the woods, no one's there, doesn't make a sound. Exactly. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Was there a ramble? I could be, I could be wrong. I mean, if I'm the rambler, can I hear the ramble? Probably not. I probably don't remember it. I probably don't know what it was. What on earth was it about? Um, you know what it might be. That means your subconscious isn't being heard. I'm a dream doctor. Yeah, I know your qualifications, Pixel. You're definitely a dream doctor. And this is mean. I'm sorry, but a doctor in your dreams. Maybe though. Maybe I just have like a subconscious need to ramble. I think it's a conscious need as well. I think it's just a general, like, all across the board need, you know? But no, I had a good little ramble about I was thinking about setting up stream and I forgot about it. It's this content classification stuff. Yeah, here it is right at the top. I should throw this on. I should throw this on because I am a political. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The stream's now officially political. I am a sensitive social issue. I was thinking about that. Um, I do not, and we don't hand out that kind of stuff here. But I see you trying, I suppose. Um, yeah, no, like I wasn't like actively streaming like at the time like they came out with this damnable content label. For those of you who aren't in the know about it, Twitch came around with a little change to the content classifications, where now certain themes are to be put under politics and sensitive social issues. And included under such inflammatory things as discussions of active wars and, I don't know, anything of substance, are, LGBT people, apparently, because that's where we are. And it's like, clearly this is done to like appease the advertising gods, right? Clearly that's the point. It sucks. You don't need me to tell you that. That's not what my ramble's about. What I had the thought about was I was sitting at the kitchen table and I was like, I need to remember to throw that on because well, I don't want to get hit for that. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but might as well throw the label on, right? It's accurate. We talk about that stuff sometimes, right? Cute rat, whoosh, hello, Arissa, welcome in, and thank you for the hydrate. You don't mind if I substitute some tea in for this hydrate? Where's the mayonnaise? I'm not gonna drink mayonnaise on stream. It ain't that kind of show. mm. Goodness gracious. Tea's good? Good. I'm glad that everything's approved and above board. If you told me it wasn't, I would respect your choice, but I like the tea. Being dragged to Twitch jail, Israel, Palestine, gay people, lesbian sex, Joe Biden. Yeah. It's like, you mention any of those topics, and it's like, you could fall afoul of the rule. I don't know what the status is on enforcement of it. I know it was mentioned in those rules that were updated that, there was going to be like multiple warnings before action was taken. So it's like, it strikes me as the kind of thing that has been implemented in order to appease advertisers. Sucks, but I had the thought, right, when I was thinking about like remembering to actually put that label on the channel. um I was like, Well, why on earth would Twitch do that, right? There's a couple facts to consider about Twitch, right? And advertisers don't like lesbian sex. I know, right? Losers. Like, who doesn't like lesbian sex? I do. um, is like, how do I put this? How do I put this in a way that's like not insane? Because and keep in mind, I'm going to talk about like what I think the reasoning may be, like why we may be seeing this change after Twitch previously had been pretty decent about these issues, actually. Like, it's easy to forget, but Twitch was doing all right on, like, the LGBT front for a bit there. So it's kind of a little bit odd. Walk back the whole LGBT thing. If it's somebody lived experience or just a part of who they are, like us transes, then maybe I don't need to put the label on, except I am because I definitely talk about politics and stuff. But, like, why would that make it into the initial draft? That's good news, though, Peach. I'm glad to hear that. Why would that make it into the initial draft? Why would they put out a politics and sensitive social issues, classification label in general, right? Even Republican senators like lesbian sex. It's true. It's true. Bought the new Hunt DLC already? I'm sorry, Arissa. You're too far gone. I'm gonna have to put you down. Um, and it's like, well, Twitch is what we call a loss leader, right? Let's consider kind of two core facts here. Twitch is a loss leader. Twitch as a service generally does not make money. It does not turn a profit. Some people hear that, and occasionally, every couple years, people hear that. They see like a report about Twitch earnings, and they're like, "Oh my God, Twitch is losing money. My favorite streaming platform is going to go down." It's fine. It's a loss leader. That's the point. It offers an impossibly cheap service, for free, basically, right? The only things that you have to pay for on Twitch, are subscriptions, which are totally voluntary, right? It's crazy. This is not a business model that is designed to make money or extract wealth. Yeah, Amazon pays the bills, right? Um, the days of Twitch being able to make money are not just gone. It's questionable whether they ever really existed, and that's okay. Like, it's fine. There's a lot of reasons why one would want to do that as a model. But given that they're a loss leader in a capitalist world, this is the second thing to consider, is that there is a major, like, profit motivation, right? There's always going to be that pressure. It's like, well, if you can cut down on the losses a bit, stop the hemorrhaging, I can see why upper management would be willing to kowtow to the demands of advertisers, where ad revenue is Twitch's bread and butter, period, right? That's where they make their money. Um, it's, that and subs, and subs are, well, they come and go, right? Justin TV made millions, not in profit, though. Yeah, there's a difference between revenue and profit. So one of the reasons that you want a loss lead, right? One of the reasons, Twitch makes mad revenue, right? Revenue is a big deal. Twitch has a lot of cash flow. That doesn't mean profit. Those are two different words. Profit is the amount left of your revenue after you subtract your costs, your operating costs, right? Now, why having a strong revenue but not profit is good is because of the fact that, companies themselves aren't people, right? They are businesses that employ people. So long as money is liquid and moving through a company, people will continue to get paid and take home paychecks, right? So long as you have liquidity, and because Twitch is backed by Amazon, Twitch will always have liquidity. So long as it maintains a high velocity of money through its revenue stream, it's actually a very valuable property, even if it loses money, right? Is the super short and dirty version of it, right? It's weird. It's weird stuff. It doesn't make intuitive sense. Gonna flow through your mayonnaise jar? I don't know what it means, but I said it. What the fuck? Every time there's a Republican convention somewhere, grinder usage shoots way up. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, companies are the only people we love. Corporate personhood, yeah. Woo, Citizens United. Let's fucking go. Um, so sorry, we're getting deep into politics now, but the dealio, right, is like, Twitch still wants to be making money. Getting more revenue makes sense, even if they're a loss leader. If anything, it makes more sense because cash flow is the only thing that matters to Twitch, right? Keeping a high velocity of cash flow, and that means keeping advertisers happy. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, okay, it's one thing to say, okay, Twitch bows to the pressure of advertisers, but what's going on with the advertisers? You see, that's where a lot of people stop. That's where whenever this stuff is going on with a platform and something being done to appease advertisers, people think, "Oh, platform is doing bad thing because advertisers make them do it." But like, why are the advertisers doing that? Rat will use Stream Stalker 2. I probably can't afford Stalker 2 right now. It's kind of expensive. I've missed a lot of work here recently because I was sick, so probably not. She poor, it is expensive. Yeah, it's on Game Pass. Fuck Game Pass. It's on Game Pass? It's on Game Pass. Fuck Game Pass, but also it's on Game Pass? That's really weird. That's a whole other thing. I gotta loop back around to that, like the Game Pass issue. But we we oftentimes stop like with our critique of these new policies at like, oh yeah, advertisers made them do it, but like, why are the advertisers making them do it? And I mean, I haven't, keep in mind, take this with a massive brick of salt, right? I am a stupid little rat. My knowledge of advertising as a business and as a practice comes from political science studies, right? We talk about political advertising. I would posit, from what I know, that the process that creates political ads is the same process that creates pretty much any ad. It's the same mechanism. It's the same thing. It's just the same thing. This is one of the rants I had at the kitchen table. I explained this better at the kitchen table, but you weren't here to hear it. I'm sorry. And so it's like this is the same kind of process. So what in these advertising companies is making them like scramble to like make this super safe, sanitized, appeal to everybody, ad space everywhere? Because it's one thing for an advertising company to identify a target audience and make ads for them, right? If you're an advertising company, number one, fuck you. Number two, you're going to look at a demographic like, say, conservative white males in in the age range, 19 to 27, right? That's an important one. You're going to look at them, and nowadays you have access to a lot of data to target your ads, right? You're not too worried about, running ads for that demographic in kind of a catch-all space. Catch-all spaces barely exist. It's like the Super Bowl, maybe. Maybe. And like, we're not talking Super Bowl ads, we're talking Twitch, where you have access to basically pinpoint perfect targeting data for your advertisements. So you just make ads for that demographic, targeted that demographic, that don't include those themes, right? Like, why the content classification? Why the insistence on making everything vanilla, milk-toast, easy across the board? It's kind of a weird strategy when you think about it. When you stop and think, it's like these advertising companies can't possibly believe that they're going to make their jobs any easier by suppressing one of their strongest identifiers of like customer identity, right? Because that's what it is, right? So, like, what's the deal? I don't really get it. It's like, is this just somebody's, like, running with bad advice? Is it like you say, Arissa? Is it just like, there's some politically minded people running these advertising companies with an agenda? I don't know. But, like, I got to that point and thinking about it, and I'm like, that's really weird. Um, but then I thought about it just a little bit further, and, like, if I remember correctly, advertising companies are, like, in a tough place these days. Or rather, I mean, they're still making fucking bank, but the wheels may be falling off, right? At least traditional advertising, you know? Traditional advertising, like your State Farm ads and stuff, and I don't know what you get in Europe. I couldn't tell you to save your life, or my life for that matter. But it's like a lot of the traditional advertising models of just taking service or product and plastering it in front of you and making you look at it, people hate it. And there's no statistical evidence. Again, this is a little dated information. This is as of a few years ago when I was in college looking at the political side of this primarily, right? So again, take it with a brick of salt. I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, but my understanding is there's never really been any indication that these forms of advertising are effective at increasing engagement and, well, engagement itself is an advertising metric, not just engagement, but increasing the reception of a product or service, right? It's really kind of crazy in like a very data-driven society like ours that they're just kind of able to get away with this advertising racket where it's like they can't actually prove that what they're doing, that the ads they put together are effective. We have some intuitive idea that there are effective ads, but we can't measure it. And so I wonder if they're starting to feel the heat. I wonder what's going on underneath, underneath the veneer, right? What's happening in the corporate back rooms of these advertising companies that's making them act out so much, puts so much pressure on their clients to be clean and safe and well behaved. Really weird stuff. Like 100% look at Twitter. Twitter's a little different. Twitter was bought out by an egotistical maniac who absolutely has a political agenda. He's going to be a part of U.S. government shortly. Um, so it's like it could be stuff like that, and it could be a combination. It's not necessarily one single thing that, sells the whole bit, right? Honestly, just make entertaining ads. No, real, that's the thing. Like, make entertaining ads and make ads that actually get people interested in the product. That's why, one of the big pushes you see here lately is sponsorships, right? People love influencers. I say, sitting here being a streamer. Um, like people love influencers. Like they're a big deal. And having somebody personable with kind of a more curated taste is a much more effective advertising technique, we think, we think, than traditional methods, right? I don't know. Like Elon was doing official business for USA already illegally, and no one cares. Yeah, no, our government's fucked. Speaking of keeping up with the politics and so sensitive social issues, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that we got the political label. Now people know that when they walk in here, I'm gonna be talking about politics, like at least 30% of the time. It's not an all the time thing, but I'm in a mood today. I'm on a roll. Yeah, no, our government's fucked. The rule of law has like always been a dubious thing for the rich and powerful in this country, but at this point it has been flagrantly disposed of. Just everybody knows it literally doesn't matter. Like there's still pending like court decisions against Donald Trump, like felony level stuff. Doesn't matter. Nobody cares anymore. They could convict him of another couple felonies. He's still gonna be president. It literally like nothing matters. You get the political label automatically because you're a trans. Yep, 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 yep. That's me. Uh, but that's I mean that's just part of the business, right? USA is so dystopian. Yeah, love it here. It's great. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, no, that was one of my little rambles. It doesn't really mean anything. I don't really know what's going on with advertising or the inner workings of Twitch, but I have my suspicions. And it's like I wonder if the wheels are falling off, you know? Not for Twitch. Twitch is fine. But for advertising companies, like I don't know, they've been acting crazier and crazier, and it really does not seem to indicate a sustainable business model. But that's me. That's what I've got to say on the matter. She diss on Mytopia till I collapse. Oh, if only. Oh, if only. I am, still thinking about her, or however that saying goes. Um, yeah, yeah. Hello, I'm alive. Hello, alive. Hello, I'm a rat. Hello, Mads. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Good morning, good morning. If it's a morning for you. Is it morning over there? It might be late. I never know. It's like you're to the I was gonna say left. You're to the west. So it's presumably earlier for you by a good few hours. It might be really late at that point. But isn't Australia usually ahead of me? Where's the international date line? Can I call it? She doesn't know who she is. Listen, I had a moment, just a little plurality moment, and I was like, "Oh gosh, wait a minute. It's 1:50 a.m. It's early. Good morning." No, I was starting and I was going to say Vanessa, and then I was like, that doesn't feel right, actually. No, we're Scarlet. That feels more correct. It's me, Scarlet. There's got to be a time zone, time zone seam somewhere. Yeah, just like, it's like you go out to it, you sail out in a boat, and there's like a red dotted line that's just like inexplicably floating on the water. You know? The international date line. That's why people, that's why, young people are struggling, these days with their sex lives. Is they put the international date line all the way out in the Pacific Ocean. It's not funny. It's not that funny, especially since I've now told the same joke in different forms twice. But I'm entertained with myself, and that's all that matters. She thinks she's funny. I am not funny. This is a known issue. They keep filing like bug reports, and it's like not funny. Streamers not funny. Nobody's been able to fix it so far. It's been years. They can't figure it out. Everyone laugh. Yeah, everyone please clap. You are funny? No, no, you can't turn around and like call me like you can't call me like not funny and then turn around and say, "Oh, you are funny. Don't worry about it. You're funny. It's fine. Yeah, keep telling your little jokes, you little fucking dumbass." See, I'm being gaslit out here. That's what's happening. You see, this is what I come here for, is the gaslighting. You know, y'all come around here and you're like, oh boy, it's my favorite time to sit here and convince the rat that she's funny. We're gonna lie to her, call her pretty. Oh, but she's not. We're gonna build a big ego and then it's gonna burst one of these days. That's how this works, right? You switch the rats like the character select screen from Donkey Kong 64. Yeah, no, that is pretty much how it works. Um, no, that is pretty much how it works. Accurate depiction. You just kind of flip through, and then we all have like a little like voice line that we say when you select us, when you hover over us. Um, and by a voice line, I mostly mean like a ramble or an expletive. One of the two. Oh gosh, but yeah, yeah, that's a good ramble. I feel good. You ever have like a good ramble and you like feel it in your chest, you know? It's like it's down in here, like in the diaphragm. It's like, wow, I've been working hard. And by working hard, I mean talking a lot. I don't ramble. I mean, maybe ramble isn't for everybody. I am only cringe. No. No, Ramble's good. Honestly, like I don't know. I think it's like I've been taught a new word here recently. Um I don't know if it falls under this or something else because I think there's a few different terms for these. I think people have here recently learned the like proper words for like certain like behaviors and like autism and such. Like echolalia. What a good word. Lalia? Echolalia? What a good sounding word. Like that just rolls off the tongue, right? Wonderful. I think that maybe more corresponds to like the repetition of sounds, you know? Like a wah 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 wah. A wah 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 wah. Or a favorite I was listening to this like repeatedly. I was hanging out with Eclipse last night, playing some Lethal Company. It was Eclipse, Melody, one of Eclipse's friends, and one of Eclipse's other girlfriends, actually. Um, and awoo, awoo. See, that's another one. But she has like the echolalia like real bad. I love it. It's so good. Um, and one of the like memes that is currently like absolutely infested their brain is uh is the Jackson County one. Maybe I can bring that up. Hold on. We might not all be aware of this because y'all hate Northern Lion, even though he's very funny. Let me mute this tab. Let's go over here and see. So it's like Jackson County. Jackson County. Jasper County, that's what it is. Jasper County. I'm coming for you. And like her face is like incredible. Hold on, I've got it muted. It's like this is like tonally like horrible. Let me put these on so I know it's not too loud for y'all. I'm gonna make you all listen to this. This is like brain rot over here. Um, how do I want to do this? I don't really want to like show the video. I'm just gonna play it. And you know what? I'm just gonna play the sound for a little bit. Oh no, that's not it. Here,
And no, I don't have to talk to you polite.
play it from the beginning, please. Please play it from the beginning. There we go. It's horrifying.
Sexist shit. And no, I don't have to talk to you politely. You sexist shit. In Jasper County, motherfuckers, I'm coming for you. Yeah, motherfuckers, I'm coming for you.
Jasper County, I'm coming for you. I was listening to this repeatedly. You find weird videos of using rat. It's a very weird video. No, like, she's got the echolalia, like, really bad. If I'm understanding the term correctly, it refers to, like, the need to kind of repeat these sounds that we hear. That's the really scary lady. Oh, she's terrifying. It's like, this is a relatively chill early morning stream where I'm just rambling, so I don't want to put this, like, terrifying wraith of a woman, like, on screen, like, you know, yelling that she's coming for you, you know, like... I feel like that's like tonally inconsistent. It's how kids learn talking. Echolalia, just like repeating the sounds. Oh, I'm learning to talk like all the time. I love talking. I do it constantly. Isn't it great? Don't you love it? Oh, goodness. We so autistic. We're very autistic here. But, yeah, no, I think, yeah, the repetition of sounds is like a big thing. I don't really know what the rambling is. I don't know what the rambling is, but like I love the rambling too. It might be separate, it might be the same thing. I don't know. They haven't told me yet. They'll come around in like a couple months and, you know, let me know a new thing that everybody figured out while I was not being online. It's really fun actually, because like I don't use social media anymore. I haven't for like a few years now. So like, I mean, you know, like I'm on Twitch, but I don't really watch many Twitch streams. If that even counts. I don't think that's really social media. I don't use, you know, I don't use Twitter. I don't use Reddit. Like I have a Discord and I stream on Twitch sometimes. That's really about it, you know. You know, I've been watching a fair few more YouTube videos recently, but I kind of come in and out of that. So I'm oftentimes like the last one to like find stuff out, and I'll be like going along, and then suddenly there will be like this new term that everybody's learned, like echolalia. Like nobody used the word echolalia before like a month ago, you know? And then like here over like the past month, it's like the new, you know, it's like everybody's learned it. And you know, I think that's great, you know? It's like I was just not part of that process. A Wreck-It Ralph voice. What does Wreck-It Ralph sound like? I didn't watch that movie. I'm not gonna even try to read that pixel. I'm sorry. I don't know the Wreck-It Ralph voice. I couldn't do it for you. I have Instagram only for one thing, to write with... Oh. Your phrasing was so particular. I was like, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this, Arissa? When you... It's like, what is that, that, like, is it like a help tool or something? That's like, when you tried to search for, you know, blank, insert absurd thing here, what were you trying to do? When you wrote sex giver, what were you trying to do, Arissa? It's John C. Riley. No idea who you're talking about. No, no clue. Zero. I'm not very cultured. Um, sorry. Now I'm playing with my hair. Like, look at that. That's a lot of hair. You know, that's a lot of hair right there. That's a fair bit. I like it. Sex givers sounds better than femboy slave. You could just call him a femboy. I think that sounds better than all the other options, actually. You could just call him what he is. Femboy, I don't know what label you were looking for, but like, friend with benefits. I feel like that's much more respectful than like any of your other propositions so far. No, no, not that one either. Not that one either. So basic, bitch. You know, you've got me there. Damn me for, wanting to use clear, easy to read, respectful labels. My bad, bestie. My bad. I didn't mean to. Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm adjusting. I'm sitting up. Ah, jeez. Well, that was a good ramble. I think I've said that like 3, 4 times now, which is how you really know it was a good ramble. This is like the equivalent to like the Midwestern knee slap. You go like, well, you can't see it, but like you hit your knee and you're like, well, it's been nice talking to y'all. I'll have to do this again sometime. But you don't say the rest of that at first. You slap your knee, and then everybody else picks up that it's like time to go, and then everybody kind of gets up and starts shuffling away, and then eventually somebody's like, "Oh yeah, that was a good time. I'll have to catch you later." Yeah, I'll catch you. I'll catch you later, Tony. The knee slap equals get the fuck out of my house. I want alone time. It's a good signal. It's a good signal. I'm not usually like all about like, the like neurotypical like, like signing, like the little like signs that are used to communicate. All those little like rules and stuff. But that's a good one. I'll be real. They cooked with that because it's like clear. It's very physical. It's usually accompanied. It's not even so much like the knee slap, although that's oftentimes audible, right? It's also usually a larger. Here, I'm gonna. It's a larger like sweeping motion with your hand. It's very hard to miss. So, oftentimes included with like starting to like get up, which is another sign that it's like time to get moving. It's time to disperse. Very good, very clear, very friendly to my brain. Very, very good. I can blame it on English not being my mother language. I guess. I don't. I don't know that I feel okay about letting you get away with it, but I feel like I'm gonna have to let you off the hook. Me doing it 12 times in a row, the other person not getting it. Well, you see, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Is like, I think the key of like, because I think, those kinds of gestures and like, indirect cues about what somebody wants are perfectly fine. Sometimes they get across, sometimes they're good. I think the key with like good communication, with people, like myself, how I want to be communicated with as an autistic person, right? Who doesn't always have like the best grasp on what somebody's trying to non-verbally cue at me, indirectly cue, right? Is like, if I don't get it, don't assume malice. Just be like, hey, let's do this. If you miss the first knee slap, maybe there's like this little bit of awkward tension because it's like you didn't get the signal. It's like you didn't get the signal. But then I should have the responsibility as the person trying to send the signal to look across and see and, to look into your eyes and be like, oh, you didn't get the signal. Hey, listen, here's what's up. Let me talk to you directly. Let me respect you. Let me let you know like what my needs are directly. No blame. Stuff happens. Let's get out of here, right? Like, we're done. We'll hang out another time. I think that's perfectly reasonable. The webcam girl, hello, hello, low efforts. It's been a second. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. That's me. That's me, the webcam girl. I we did it. Pixel. Cam girl. No, 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 no. Listen, webcam girl and cam girl. Listen, you can't blame this on English not being your mother tongue, Arissa. You know this one. You know cam girl has different connotations. Jeez. Me literally holding door for them and they keep talking. Oh my god, yeah. Gonna create autism society where we say get the fuck out of my house right now. But then you'd all get sad because it's aggressive. This is the trouble, you know? It's too direct. You've got to like couch it in like gentle terms. Mm. Oh, exciting news though today. We got snow finally. It's been ages. Just a little light dusting outside. I didn't get to see it fall. It fell like last night while I was asleep. But, it's the changing of the seasons. It's finally happening. I was very excited. Honestly, I'm low key looking forward to like going over to my couch later and like sitting down and looking out the window at the snow. Why are there people in your house anyway? Low efforts out here asking the real questions. Why would there be people in our houses anyways? You could be a cam girl. Oh, I could. Listen, you aren't gonna fluster me with that. I could totally be a cam girl. 100%. The desire has not particularly struck me, but I could do it. I could do it. Also, don't call them that, Arissa. It's called partners, or at the very least, like, God, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. God, Christ. Colleagues, yeah, sexual colleagues. This is such a weird word for it. Friends with benefits, I guess. Yeah. Like I don't know. It's just like I don't want to like boil someone down to the relationship just being like sex. That feels disrespectful. Like even if it is like the primary goal, like you're friends with benefits and like it's a capital B, and a lowercase f. Um, yeah, I got co-working in my bedroom. Yeah. We're collaborating on a work project. State issued. No, that's just a lie. They don't. What is sparring partner? Sparring partner is kind of fun. Sparring partner is kind of fun because it's got this like connotation. Like, what if you are sparring partners? What if you go to the same like karate club? Or like you both fence together. It's like hot and heavy out there on the mat and in the bedroom. It's like that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. You know, it's like there's more fun words than anything that you're coming up with, Arissa. I of course don't mean it. I'm just being silly right now. Oh, I know, darling. Don't you worry about it. But also worry about it because I'm coming to get you. Who's out here sword fighting with someone they aren't fucking? Okay, but like, hear me out. I feel like martial sport, not saying it's like guaranteed or has to be, right? but like I feel like it's like inherently kind of a horny activity. I know it's not going to be for everybody, right? This is maybe the hypersexual in me talking, but it's like I don't know if you're out there like sparring and stuff with somebody that you find attractive. It's like I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some energy there. It doesn't have to be. You're both adults. Communicate, respect each other's needs, but like I feel like that would be kind of hot. Well, what can I say? Sorry, totally like insane thought, but like I feel it's true. It's true. You're gonna do HEMA streams. I don't know what that is, low efforts. I'm concerned by the context in which this has been brought up, but please elaborate. Good morning, caffeine. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're caffeinated this morning. I hope you don't get asked that too often, but I hope you are. I got a little bit of tea here. It's holding me over. Stalker 2 streams. You could ramble so much while playing that. I already told you the status of Stalker 2. I don't know. I don't know that I could reasonably afford it. I don't know. Maybe. No, probably not. Classic sword fighting. Classic sword fighting. I mean, now this is like a loaded thing after I just said what I said, but like, if I had like, somebody to spar with, I'd totally like take up sword fighting. Fucking steal the game. Well, I would never. I steal what? I never, not once. What are you talking about? Game Pass. Oh yeah, the whole Game Pass thing. That's really weird. That a new hotly anticipated title like Stalker 2 is the launch day on Game Pass. What's going on there? What's up with that? I'm gonna send you my original copy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If Arissa wants to, send me her original copy to borrow, her physical disc in the mail, maybe, we'll see, we'll see. But no, like Game Pass, like a Game Pass is really weird. Like I'm not a big subscription girly. AKA, I really hate that I don't own anything in this day and age. This is a common gripe. You don't need to hear me completely rehash why I do not vibe with subscription models. They're just generally not good, right? Pretty much no matter what the venture is. There's points where they're more tolerable than others, but like someone like Game Pass, I tried it under duress and I didn't like it. But it's really weird. I feel like it's generally like a bad sign for like a game to be launching on the Game Pass, especially when it's like something that's been anticipated for a while. Like Lamplighters League. Who remembers Lamplighters League? Where are my OGs at? The old crowd. Who remembers how excited I was for Lamplighters League? Oh my god. And thank you for the follow, Caffeine. We appreciate it. Good to have you. GOG.com, ladies. Keep your games. Yes, yes, GOG. GOG, gosh, I need to shop there more, frankly. I remember it was terrible. Really strange little situation with it. Lamplighters League was... I mean, I love XCOM, right? It's no secret. I love XCOM. And aesthetically, it struck me as very interesting. And it fell very flat, even though as we played it, and I gave it a lot of time. I gave Lamplighters League a lot of time to come around and prove itself. It never did, but there were signs, little kernels in it, that there was room for something great. I remember there was this moment where it first revealed an actual monster right? It was like the flaming mummies and stuff. That was genuinely kind of a cool moment. Kind of weirdly placed, you know, it wasn't perfect. But it was this moment where like it revealed this enemy with like very unique mechanics required to take it down. And didn't like super hold your hand on how to do it. Just kind of threw it at you. And I was like, huh. See, there were some people with some real talent working on Lamplighters League, and I don't think they got the time to shine. But this is not the time to mourn Lamplighters League, right? Lamplighters League is another one of those games that launched onto Game Pass, even though it was maybe not as hotly anticipated as Stalker 2, but it was a big name from a big publisher, right? Fresh IP, that was pushed really hard. A lot of money had been put into Lamplighters League. It had a really big ad campaign, going back to the advertising thing from earlier. And it almost felt like it was admitting defeat on launch day before any of the reviews had come in, from like players and such, because it had launched onto a service where you just already had the game for, $11 a month or whatever, however much that costs. She can't stop talking about Concord. I'm sorry, I can't stop talking about my Concord Lamplighters League. It was almost a really good game, okay? It was almost good. I swear. I swear. It's like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of games that kind of come out on the Game Pass and then promptly disappear after like a month. They fall off rotation of Game Pass and they're gone. It needed a bit of spice. It needed a bit of spice. It needed a bit of love. Um, I think mechanically it needed to be a bit more robust. I think is the main thing. I think that it. I think it had a very interesting core system. Right? It's like more movement driven combat, and then it went and it made it too easy for victory to be like binary, right? Because I think the whole time that we played, even though we were like, I think we were playing on like one of the higher difficulties, or at least we went back and put it on the higher difficulties that were available. It was like you either completely lost a fight and had to scrub the mission, or you won without like taking damage. And there was basically no in between. It was like Puzzle XCOM, like Chimera Squad, but without like the room for error. It was really weird. So like it needed a little bit of polish there. That's not unusual for these kinds of games, right? It could have used a little sprucing up, but then like on the strategic layer was a little bit didn't feel like you had a whole lot of agency. It didn't take any of the lessons it needed to from XCOM 2, and it barely took any from XCOM 1, so I don't know what they were cooking there. So the strategic layer, they just needed to throw that out and start over. And then the pacing of like the story and narrative was like, I don't know, I feel like they were making reveals in like Act 1 that should have been like mission finale. It's like maybe it's like maybe the story gets really crazy. Maybe I didn't give it enough time. Maybe the story is like insane. And like Act 3, they're coming out of the wall with stuff I never even saw coming. Maybe that's true. I'm being critical of a story that I did not play all the way through. Let's be fair to it. But also, I didn't play it all the way through, and that's kind of damning because I love that kind of game, right? Time to learn game dev and make XCOM 2 too, or so they say. Yeah. I'm gonna learn game dev specifically to make XCOM 2 too, and send Bradford to space to colonize the aliens. Felt like they lost their own goal. Yeah. Also, thank you for the hydrate, Arissa. We appreciate it. Fuck you, Twitch. I don't want to watch Wicked ever. I'm sorry. That's the other weird thing. Is like, again, this is a very brief, I'm calling back to the ramble before. Why do they advertise the things that they do at you all? You know? Like, I don't think anybody here is interested in that. Why would they spend money on the ad? Why waste of money? Waste of your time and their money. Very weird. Advertising's a weird game that we play. Oh, it's Shrek? Oh god, is it? I shouldn't say like, oh god, is it? Because there's some people in my life that really love Shrek. I may not be one of them. I understand it's a movie that some of y'all liked. Um, and so I'm gonna hold my tongue on the matter. That's all I'm gonna say. I like Puss in Boots. I remember hearing that was a good movie. I remember hearing that was a good one. I think I saw a scene or two of it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's okay. I won't lie. They're like, they're well put together. I just don't think they were ever really for me. Uh, Elphaba, a misunderstood young woman because of her green skin. Oh, yep. You didn't watch it? You need to. We do. I don't think I'm really interested. I don't think it's really my form of humor. Maybe I don't know. I don't think I would hate it. I think they're well made films. They're acclaimed. Um, I don't think I have any interest in whatever derivative reboots they're doing. There is no humor. It's nightmare and psychological horror. Pardon? I have a completely wrong impression of Puss in Boots then. I thought this was like a Shrek spin-off movie, right? It's actually deep. It just slaps. Okay, alright. Maybe I'll confess to being wrong about it. Maybe I have a very different impression. I don't know that this has piqued my interest any, just more like, what's going on here? What were they cooking? You turned red? Did I? Did I? Oh my god, I'm so red. What the hell? It's a good movie. I didn't watch it. When did I get so red? Is that the lighting or is that or am I like blushing? I have no idea. I have no clue at all. Sometimes you turn white and red. It's like exposure in camera. I think it's like the exposure or something. Because, like, I don't think I'm like that red. I think there's like a little bit of like blush creeping into my cheeks, maybe. Maybe that fucked up the exposure. I don't know. I don't know. Cameras usually don't know how to handle how horribly white I am. It's the auto white balance. Yeah, yeah, probably. Lighting wasn't like that a moment ago. That would be it. I'm gonna have to get in here and like mess with the settings on this camera. It's going to be a debacle. It's not going to be as easy as you think it should be. This camera, it's a very nice web camera. It's a very nice web camera. It does not agree with my computer. Messing with the settings on this camera. Yeah, Arissa knows. Arissa knows. This camera's a nightmare. So like if I open um like for example Discord, like another application that will like try to like interact with the camera in some way, the camera will cease to work completely. Only one application is allowed to interact with the camera per session of this computer, and otherwise it ceases entirely. Very, very silly. Your Windows install is messed up? Yeah, my Windows install is probably completely fucked. Go you, Mr. Krabs. I can't be that red. Jeez, gosh, wow. I'm gonna hide. Call me Mr. Krabs, jeez. Hey Nessie, check your Steam notice. Also BRB, don't check yet. Okay, all right. What are we doing? What are we? There's a perfect game for you. Okay, all right, all right. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Which camera? It is a Logitech. Ooh, God, I got the nice one. I had This was a good few months ago. This was what, like 6 months ago, and then we barely used it for like months after because it was hard to get to work with. Again, my broken Windows install. Took a lot of troubleshooting. Um, I was moving actually, I was moving to a new place, and I wanted to get a webcam for a while for stream because I was really eager to stream VR, which never ended up happening because it turns out I've got like one USB-C slot on this computer, and both the VR and the webcam both want to use it. And so that's an idea that's dead on arrival. But I think the webcam ended up being worth it between like you and me. Um, for stream cam girl, listen, if I got this to be a cam girl, I have like completely failed on that point. I've not done anything. Your motherboard from before, Reagan. Yeah, my motherboard is out here like, thinking like there's still something about an evil empire. I'm not sure. Swap my Logitech for a Razer Keo Pro. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but that sounds fancy. I'm not too well versed with this sort of stuff. All I know is I walked into the Best Buy and I was like staring at the options. I had done this once before, back in December actually of last year. So yeah, almost a year ago now. I went to Best Buy and got overwhelmed by the like amount of like decisions that I could make. There were too many choices. There were like 5 web cameras to pick from. I can't do that. I can't make choices. But then I had like this burst of energy while I was moving, and I went by I went by the dispo and I bought edibles on my own for the first time. And then I, in the same trip, walked over to the Best Buy, walked in, and I bought the most expensive webcam that they had. Um, and promptly used it as a paperweight for like 3, 4 months. But don't worry about it. 5 options is a lot. I have executive dysfunction, Arissa. I can't make a choice between 2 options, let alone 5. It's a damn nice camera. My Logitech C920 had the same issues. Yeah, apparently this is like a known issue with like Windows being broken and then Logitech cameras not liking broken Windows installs or something. I don't know. I did more learning about it when I was like fixing the issue, and then I got like a halfway fix by really finagling things, and then I called it good enough. And it's been good enough. Oh my god, I've been like just chatting for like almost 2 hours now. Hey, that's worth the money. um, but no, I might have the, nope, that's my coffee maker. I might have what this thing is. It's a Logitech Brio, I remember. I don't remember it has a number associated with it, but it's a Brio. It's pretty good. Just use Linux. Yeah, just use Linux. Probably. I don't know. They're cutting support for Windows 10, and I don't want to buy Windows 11. So yeah, probably just use Linux. I might have to give in. If I start using Linux, Arissa, can you help me set it up? But no, that's gonna fuck with like everything. That's gonna make life so much harder. Also, hello, Andrew. Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Coming back from demon school right now. If I disappear from chat, a hellhound chariot just got me. Hell yeah. I mean, in hell, yeah. Hell no. I think is how that translates. Yeah, you're gonna suffer. Yeah, I'm gonna suffer. Um, I've used Linux before. Once upon a time, I put Linux on a Chromebook. Why did I do this? Because I was going to college and I didn't want to keep using the Chromebook operating system because I hated it. And B, when I was bored in class, I wanted to have EVE Online open. But I was a really good student, I promise. Like I had like just shy of like straight A's like my freshman year. Um, didn't end up playing very much EVE though. Probably related. Because Chromebook sucks. Yeah, Chromebook sucks. Oh my god. We had to use Chromebooks for like high school and like detestable things. Like barely worked. Like even for like very light loads. Promise? Pinky promise? Well, no. But maybe you'll convince me. Like, this is your opportunity. If there was ever going to be a time to convince me to switch over to Linux, like, if there was ever going to be a time in the coming months when Windows 10 support ends and they tried to make me go over to Windows 11, I don't think my current computer is even compatible with Windows 11. I think it's too old. I think there's components in it that just won't work. This is your chance, Linux believers. This is when you can do it. Copilot plus PC. Yeah, I don't want that AI shit on my computer. I'm sorry. I slept in classes. I I don't think I ever slept in a college class. In high school, freshman year, I fell asleep in my math class a couple of times, but that's because I was horribly depressed and like struggling with sleep like really really badly. But no, by college I think I had that out of my system. I slept routinely. I was not attending one lady's classes or was sleeping on them. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, as much as people talk a big game about, like, oh, well, you paid for the credits, you gotta go get the education. Some of those classes, like, the lectures were just garbage. You didn't, like, like, maybe they'd make you attend lectures by, like, scoring attendance, but they wouldn't actually like teach anything that wasn't like in the book, or you just wouldn't mesh with the lecturer's style or whatever. There are legitimate reasons as a responsible student and an adult to not engage with like the in-person element of a college course. Sometimes. Yeah, I can believe it. I was definitely in a few where I was like, God, why am I even here? I'd probably go Linux and Mint if I was gonna do it. Seems easier. Yeah. I think like Mint may have been something I messed around with for the Chromebook project. I ran Linux off like an SSD card. I might still have it around somewhere, actually. My hellish abomination of a computer. Nobara is good. I'd recommend Nobara right now, or Fedora. Fedora's a name I've heard. Nobara's new to me, but I mean, I've never kept up on it. Slept on history class, did my presentation, then kept sleeping. Honestly, badass. That's a mood. Uh, Too few programs I use aren't Linux compatible. Yeah, no, I get it. It's like compatibility is the big issue. It's like sometimes for Linux stuff you gotta really jump through some hoops, and like I is like the main thing that like keeps me from like exploring Linux more seriously as an option is like I don't have time for that. It's like maybe I could work it out, but it's like I don't have time to be a Linux nerd, you know? Nobra is like a gaming fork of Fedora. Huh. People care about corpos like Adobe, and that's the 1% that doesn't work. Oh, well, I don't use much Adobe stuff, I don't think. Do you have to use something like DaVinci Resolve or Photoshop? You don't edit videos? I can't. You won't be able to play Valorant. Big deal in Apex Legends. Honestly, that might be a selling point. Honestly, like the temptation to go back to Valorant is like too real. Like the urge is there. I could be good at Valorant. Like I've gotten good at Hunt. I'm like 5-star in Hunt consistently. Like I can even kill people like horribly ill. I could be good at Valorant again. Too many girlfriends, not time for Linux. Honestly, the real issues. Too many girlfriends. Too many girlfriends. Hunt, what about Hunt? We need Hunt together. Your 6-star friend needs you. Yeah, need me to drag your elo down. You could have a dual boot situation. Listen, I was just talking about having I'm joking, of course. I love all of my partners very, very much. Oh my gosh, they're so good to me. Um, but also continuing the joke, dual boot. I was just talking about having too many partners. Can't play Warframe, so it's an instant 0 out of 10. You can't play Warframe on Linux. I mean, I'm not playing Warframe right now. I probably should avoid returning to Warframe, but I don't know. I don't know. We're pushing back and forth here. Hmm. Dual boot is fine if it's spread over 2 disks. You think I have 2 disks? Not everyone has GPU on top to assign to VM. Why would my GPU be on top? Is my GPU a top? How can I tell? Do I have to put it with the CPU and see what happens? She has an Intel CPU. She most likely does. Are Intel CPUs bottoms? This is the other problem is I don't know what the fuck is going on when y'all talk technical stuff. It's I don't know. Maybe my CPU is a bottom. Okay, back for a moment. Nessie, check Steam. Okay. Okay, I'll check Steam. Let's see what you've done now. Oh, there's a hair attached to me, but not in the fun way where it's attached to my head. You just have to have integrated for main system and dedicated paths to Windows. Intel iGPUs will render just fine. Sure, I believe you. Probably. Um. Oh gosh, my body is catching up with me. You received a gift from Peach. Rat shaker. Rats for my rat. Rat Shaker, TM, is the fun and quirky solution to all your rat problems. Hold on to the rat, shake your arm, and watch life's problems disappear. How far can you go? Thank you, Peach. This does sound like the perfect game for me. You're right, actually. Oh gosh, oh. Oh, sorry. I would be visibly more excited. My body's caught up to me a little bit. Oh gosh. Oh. Whew, I'm alive. I'm fine. I'm not. I think it's just a little bit of exhaustion, actually. Maybe you should get some rest. Rest. There ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. What are you talking about? I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. Ain't nothing in this world for free. Girl, your doctor told you to rest? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe that's true. I don't know. You weren't there. Mouse to feed. Go on. Okay, maybe I do have to rest. I'm actually having a little bit of a difficulty speaking at this point. Oh gosh. Oh, that whole recovery from being seriously sick thing really does take it out of you, huh? They really be out here being like, "Oh my gosh, bestie, you gotta nap." But yes, I will get that treat here shortly when I'm able to eat. Andrew, right now we're feeling a little bit faint. We're living. We're happy. We're fine. Don't worry about me. We're just we got a little touch of that anemia, a little bit touch of that recovery from being sick. It's probably something like that. Thank you for the hydrate, Arissa. We appreciate it. Mm. Oh my gosh. And I have been like going like non-stop rambling for like 2 straight hours now. Maybe that has something to do with it. That may be a little bit exhausting, truth be told. But I've had a lovely time. Do I want to end now? Do I want to end, or do I think that rest counts as bringing up a game to show you all? No, probably not. This, you see, the problem is I'm still going to want to ramble over game is the issue. But I really wanted to show off the Terraria hardcore. Hmm. I don't know. Play a game in complete silence. Yeah, just pull up a game and like don't say anything. Like mute the mic like this. You all can't hear me anymore. I muted the mic and then kept talking, thinking you all would still be able to hear me like describe the bit. I'm so fucking stupid. Oh my god. Pretend that I've muted the mic, but then you like turn, you know? You gotta hunch forward the gamer shoulders, you gotta like lean forward. Like really bad, you gotta like hunch your neck. And then you like play the video game, and like you put yourself in like the bottom corner. Um and then you game. And then you stream to like one viewer. And that's peak. That's peak Twitch, baby. Let's go. Sorry you got the one brain cell that belongs to all of us today. Giving you the brain cell back. Thank you. Thank you. Total brain shutdown. Yeah. Just me being a little bit of a dumbass. Don't worry. I actually now I'm starting to feel a little bit better. My body's like coming back to me. I think I'm fine, probably. I'm probably okay. I'm probably okay. I'm really enjoying stream. I don't want to go. I don't I don't want to go anywhere actually. Um Maybe I should, but I don't want to. I mean, we could play a video game. I think a video game would be chill. Let's play a video game. Did y'all know that they make this crazy little thing called video games? What kind of game would we play? Well, I gotta go. So have fun, whatever you decide. I still think you should rest. You're probably right. I kind of do have a big night tonight, too. Fine. I guess I could go lay down for a little while. Oh, big night? Yeah, I've got a movie night. I've oh gosh, jeez. Wow. Yeah, I've got a movie night. But thank you for stopping by, Arissa. If you've got to run, thank you very, very much for being here. Glad to have you. Yeah, I've got a movie night. Some of the girlies are hosting. I'm gonna be going over with the clips. You can't hide the big night from us. You gotta be ready for that. True. You really should rest up for that night. Movie night with not necessarily that. And then you run and you lurk immediately, you scoundrel. Movie night. That's how you said it. Listen, I'm a little sheepish. I'm a little gay. Okay, listen, let me be. But you're a rat. How can a rat be sheep? How can a rat be sheep? That's a great question. Maybe I'm a fuzzy rat. I'm a woolly rat. I got a lot of hair going on here. I can be like a sheep rat. Gaydar's clicking a little, and it's not me this time. Yeah, that's me. Sorry, sorry. Hey, everybody, like, if your Gaydars just went off, my bad, my bad. Um, yeah, yeah. How about I go rest up? Let's not push it too much. We're easing back into this. We'll be back. Decide what animal you are. I'm a rat. I know fully well what animal I am. Yeah, we'll go rest up a little bit. Um, we will be back when we're back. My next day off is Sunday. I'd like to get in a stream like early in the morning like this again. Actually, this is a really good time for us to stream. Probably we wouldn't be starting quite so early. But like this is like roughly when I would be like wanting to be streaming. Is like starting at around like an hour or so ago, right? Actually like 2 hours ago. Yeah. No, that's right. Like almost 2 hours ago. And then going for like, a good 3-ish hours before work some days. That's kind of what we're aiming for. And then the V is snooze Scarlet. Yeah. V is Scarlet. Gonna put me to sleep right here. Jeez, gosh. Yeah, this is kind of roughly the time slot we want to aim for. So I probably won't be around tomorrow on account of the fact that I will probably be busy. Ow! Fuck! God damn it! I just like crushed my arm between like the armrest of my chair and my like table. Oh God. I'm fine. I'm okay. I only like crushed my elbow. You fucking better get rest though. Gonna message Eclipse? What are you gonna message Eclipse? I'm gonna go rest. I'm gonna be good. But yeah, look forward to more streams around this time. We're gonna be hoping for it. We're gonna aim for it. No promises on when the next one is. We're kind of feeling things out right now. And I'm tired of making promises that I'm failing to keep. So we're just gonna play it by ear. But thank you all very, very much. I have had a lovely time. There's no other way that I would want to spend my morning than here yapping and entertaining you all. Like, honestly. So, thank you. Like, I've had an amazing time. I hope you can say at least half the same. Thanks for Steve. It was lovely hearing you ramble. Nap time? That's nap time. Nap time. Everybody go either get caffeinated and get busy or get caffeinated and take a nap. Whatever works for you. We'll be back when we're back. Probably anticipate us around Sunday morning, thereabouts. Maybe Saturday if I can swing it. No guarantees. We'll see how it goes. But I'll catch you all later. Be safe. Take care of each other. Be good to each other. And hell, you know what? It's almost the weekend. Treat yourselves a little bit. Be a little naughty. You can have a treat. It's on me. If anybody's gonna blame you, pass the buck over to me. I'm the one that told you to be bad. All right? All right. I'm out of here. Bye bye.